Hello friends, welcome back to English Wala. Today I am going to discuss a very important topic in English vocabulary, and it is informal contractions. Informal contractions is very important in modern communication skill. In English, the words like give me, leave me, gonna, wanna, lotsa, loadsa, gotcha, to you, amma, cuppa, hafta, coulda, shoulda, what's is, dunno, and many more words are there, many more informal contractions are there, and it is particularly due to the American influence. It is now very important, and we should remember that these contractions can be used only in informal speeches and in writings. For example, in Twitter, in WhatsApp, in the texting, in social media, and particularly for the second language speakers, for us. It is important because if we want to see a movie, if we want to listen to a song, we come across these contractions. And someone can learn to speak like the native speakers, and in that case also one should know these informal contractions. So we have to learn this now. Please lend me your eyes, ears, along with your mind. Now, what is informal contraction? Informal contractions are short forms of other words that people use when speaking casually. So, note a particular point. People use these informal contractions when speaking casually. So, these informal contractions are not used in standard speech. These are informal contractions, quote unquote informal contractions, and not used in standard speech and writing. They can be used in writing only to represent the spoken words or dialogue. Suppose you are writing a story, and when you are using the direct speech of a character, you can use these informal contractions. Or you are writing a message in Twitter or WhatsApp or in any kind of social media, you can use these informal contractions. And the most important one, I think, is while listening to a native speaker, we generally cannot understand them. I have noticed that, for example, a song, if you simply listen to the song, you cannot understand the words. But if the lyric of the song is given in the written form, you can understand that. So where does the problem lie? The problem lies in the way of pronunciation. The problem lies in the contractions used by them. Now, unlike normal contractions, we have certain normal contractions. Those are grammatically sanctioned ones. Unlike those normal contractions, we do not always use apostrophes here when written, because it is out and out informal, so there is no need of using apostrophe. In most of the cases, we do not use apostrophe. Now, informal contractions are more common in American English. Now, let us see some examples. Here I have collected almost all the informal contractions, and actually there are so many informal contractions. I have collected the popular ones, the much used ones. Examples: word plus to. When to is used after any word, after some words, particular words. Generally, a is added. Let us see. Going to, it's very popular. আমরা প্রায় এটাকে বিভিন্ন গানে টানে শুনে থাকি. Going to, gonna. So nothing is gonna change my love for you. Nothing is gonna change my love for you. That means nothing is going to change my love for you. Again, I am gonna get you over there. That means I am going to get you over there. Now, wanna, want to or want a. The contraction is wanna. I wanna go with you. That means I want to go with you. I wanna go with you. Again, I want a cup of tea. I wanna cup of tea. I wanna cup of tea. Oh, here I have used another contraction, cuppa. Cuppa means cup of. So I want a cup of tea. I want a, so I wanna cup of tea. I want a cup of tea. Now, in the case of third person singular number, wants to or wansta, I wanna go, that means I want to go, and she wants to come with me. And she wants to come with me. She wants to, so she wants to come with me. Now, very simple one, want to be. So for want to, it should be wanna and be should be added. So wannabe, I wanna be your friend. I wanna be your friend. That means I want to be your friend. Easy one. Now supposed to. So supposed to, I am supposed to join the party. 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 Next ones. Got to or got a, gotta. Sometimes gotta refers to have to or must. Let us see in sentences how gotta is used. She hasn't got a buck. She hasn't got a buck. She has not got a buck. She hasn't got a buck. I gotta go now. I gotta go now. That means I have to go now. I got to go now. I gotta go now. Now, ought to, oughta. It's in British pronunciation, but in American pronunciation, to is pronounced a kind of daw. Oughta. The man ought to be a politician. 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 Now, have to. Just pronounce, I have to go. Now, be fast. The native speakers speak fast. So, I have to go. Let us speak fast. I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. So, have to becomes have to. I have to fill in my tax return. I have to fill in my tax return. Now, has to, same formula. Has to. He has to do this. He has to do this. That means he has to do this. Now, used to, it becomes used to. He used to live in London. He used to live in London. He used to live in London. Next ones. Modal plus have. Modal like could, should, would, might, must. Could have. Could have becomes, have also becomes a. So could have becomes coulda. He could have done this. He could have done this. That means he could have done this. He could have done this. Couldn't have. Could not have. Could not. So I could not done it better. I could not done it better. Would have. Would have. He would have come earlier. He would have come earlier. He would have come earlier. Wouldn't have. Would not. I would not done that if I were you. Should have. Should have. I should have told you that. I should have told you that. Shouldn't have. Should not. I should not told you that. I should not told you that. If you speak fast, I should not told you that. I shouldn't have told you that. So for no, not, N is there, and for have, A is there. Should not. So it follows the same formula. We cannot speak like the native speakers. I have a problem. I too have a problem. But we should at least know the contracted forms. And that is my effort. Next one, might have, might have. You might have lost the pain. You might have lost the pain. Might not have, might not. He might have missed his train. Must have, must have. She must have been in a hurry. In a hurry. She must have been in a hurry. Mustn't have, must have. He must have stolen the chain. He must have stolen the chain. So, these are easy ones. They follow a rule. We have to grab that rule. Next one, one plus of. When of is used, again, the pronunciation is of a. So, kind of becomes kinda. She is a kinda cute. She is kinda cute. She is kinda cute. She is kind of cute. Sort of, sorta. He is sorta bored. He is sort of bored. He is sorta bored. Out of, outer. I am out of money. I am out of money. I am out of money. Type of. Bring a type of mug for me. Bring a type of mug for me. Type of mug for me. A lot of, a lotta. He ate a lot of rice. A lot of rice. A lot of rice. He ate a lot of rice. Next ones. Lots of, lots of. I wish them lots of luck. I wish them lots of luck. Now loads of, loads of, loads of. Loads of love to you. Loads of love to you. Loads of love to you. Now much of, much of. It's not much a surprise. It's not much a surprise. It's not much of surprise. It's not much of surprise. Now, very important one, front of, front of, front, front. There's a park in front of my house. There is a park. There's a park in front of my house. In front. That means in front of my house. In a previous sentence, I told, I want a cuppa. I wanna take cuppa. I wanna take cuppa coffee. Cup of coffee. So cup of becomes cuppa. Give me a cup of tea. Give me a cup of tea. That means give me a cup of tea. Wow! Again, another contraction. Very simple one. Give me. Give me. Give me a cup of tea. Or cup for coffee. Next ones. What are you? What are you? It becomes what you. What you doing? What you doing? Suppose your friend came, you were in the house, or he telephoned you and asked you, what you doing? She doing. What you doing? Now, what have you? What have you? It becomes what you. It's also what you. What you got there? What have you got there? What you got there? Now, what do you? Again, it is also what you. What you gonna do now? What you gonna do now? What do you going to, or what are you going to do now? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you like it? Don't you like the lesson? 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 We cannot speak as fast as the native speakers do. However, we should learn the contracted forms. Won't you? Won't you? Won't you go there? Won't you go there? Won't you go there? Bet you. I bet you. I bet you. I bet you. You cannot guess the answer. I bet you cannot guess the answer. I bet you cannot guess the answer. Then it's I bet. You cannot guess the answer. Next one. To you. You sometimes, you becomes ear. So, to you, it becomes tear. Tear. I gave it tear. I gave it tear. Then it's I gave it to you. Let becomes, let you becomes lecture. I let you do it. I let you do it. I let you do it. Will you? Will you go there? Will you go there? That means, will you go there? Now, how do you? How do you? How do you? How do you? How do you like it? How do you like it? How do you like it? How did you? How did you? How did you? How did you find it? 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 Now get you, get you. Daddy's gonna get you. Daddy's gonna get you. Daddy's gonna get you. Daddy's going to get you. See you becomes seer. Where are you? I cannot see her. Where are you? I cannot see her. So these are the contracted forms. And we should use these in informal speech, while talking to friends, while texting, and in these occasions only, not obviously in any standard speech or in any standard writing. Keep it in mind. Next one, some popular contractions. Give me. A native speaker does not say give me. Give me. Give me, give me, give me a man after midnight. A very, very famous song. Give me, give me, give me a man after midnight. Let me see. Let me see what you can do. Let me see what, that means let me see what you can do. Let me see what you can do. Now I am going to, I'ma take you in my heart. I'ma take you in my heart. I'm going to take you in my heart. Again, for I am a nature lover. I'm a nature lover. Now, if we use not with be verbs like am, is, are, ain't is used, ain't. Sometimes students ask me when we should use ain't. Is it the contracted form of are not? No, it's the contracted form of am not, is not, are not, even have not and has not. So according to the context, you should understand. Am, is, are, not, and he and there, or he and here, he is not here, you aren't here, you are not here, I ain't there, I am not there, or they ain't got anything to say, they haven't got anything to say, he ain't said anything, he hasn't said anything, he ain't said anything, he hasn't said anything, I ain't there, I am not there. So I think this very contraction, and you can often find it even in standard writings, even in your texts. So according to the context, you have to understand whether it is am not, is not, are not, have not, or has not. Next ones, what is her? What's her? No native speaker is going to say what is her name. What's her name? What's her name? What's her name? For masculine gender, what is his? Should be what's his? What's his phone number? What's his phone number? Now tell him. I don't wanna tell him. I don't wanna tell him my name. I don't want to, because wanna means want to. So I don't want to tell them my name. So these are not tough ones. These are not complicated ones. Just think about the pronunciation, and when the native speakers speak, they speak very fast. That is why they combine different words and they combine them into one. So it's not very hard. Tis easy, tizzy. It's very easy, it's easy, tizzy, tizzy. So it is easy, tizzy, take tizzy, take tizzy, take it easy, take it as easy, take it is easy, or tizzy, it's easy. Now the very popular one, I think all of you know this. What? I'm sure you know this. Dunno? You know, obviously. Do not know. Dunno? Do not know. Dunno. The spelling can be used as D-O-N-N-O or D-U-N-N-O. I prefer D-U to D-O. So dunno. I dunno what's her dream. I dunno what's her dream. I dunno. I do not know. So it becomes dunno. I dunno where he comes from. I dunno what's his phone number. So all these are informal contractions. Now let us see a sentence, a full sentence as we write. Do you want a cup of coffee? Do you want a cup of coffee? Now for want a, this a should not be used here. There is a mistake. So for want a, I can use the contracted form. Do you want a cup of coffee? this A should not be used because wanna means want a. So do you wanna cup of coffee? Now, for do you, I can use the contracted form. Do you for do you want a cup of coffee? Do you want a cup of coffee? Now for do you, we can use dear. So dear want a cup of coffee? Dear want a cup of coffee? Again, for cup of, we can use dear want a cup of coffee? Dear want a cup of coffee? Now, D should be omitted. We can omit D. You want a cup of coffee? You want a cup of coffee? Now again, here you, because directly I am addressing the person. So no need of using this here, the subject. We can say, want a cup of coffee? Want a cup of coffee? See the structure, the length of the sentences. They are in decreasing order. So, due to the contraction, the sentences in speech, the sentences become shorter. So, when the native speakers speak fast, they use the contractions. In your vernacular also, think about your mother tongue. In your mother tongue also, you use so many contractions. It is the characteristic feature of any language. There are so many languages in which the contractions are applied. Nowadays, we come across these contractions more and more because of the American influence, because these contractions are found more in American English, American may go against it because they often say it's out and out, their language is out and out American, it's not English. They often say this, okay, jokes apart, but due to the American influence, these contractions are found much more in English. So we have to know these contractions, and I request you to find out more contractions, to collect more contractions and write in the message box, write in the comment section of my video. If my video proves to be helpful to you, please like it and press the subscribe button to get all the videos and to be notified for the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching my video.